Now we have been joined by Mr. Mujibur Rahman. He is the editor of NPR. Welcome to Pakistan TV, sir. And this is a historic day as Pakistan is mediating talks between the US and Iran. What are our expectations of this historic mediation by Pakistan?
Thank you so much for having me. And expectations of whom? I'm sorry, whose expectations? I want to just clarify the question so that I can properly answer.
Is mediating these talks between Iran and the US. What does the world expect of this?
Oh, thank you for clarifying. The world is expecting an outcome that is both acceptable to Iran and the United States, because that's in the interest of the whole world right now. The whole world's eyes are on Pakistan right now, and it is a very huge responsibility on the shoulders of Pakistan. And if they uh, do it, it is going to be one of the biggest achievements, not just diplomatically for Pakistan, but in our lifetime, we haven't seen uh, talks of this volume, like of this importance, like where one superpower is fighting against a country that has a hold on the whole region when it comes to militancy and when it comes to diplomatic friends and foes in that region. And Middle East is the most complicated region in the world. So the world is expecting for the peace, stability, the economic stability, and everything from this session of the talks.
Mr. Mujibur Rahman, with the economic disruption and the chaos that has ensued this conflict, what do we see? This ceasefire leading to lasting peace, what are the chances of that?
Well, the chances are very slim, and we shouldn't expect like a quick fix from such negotiations. Um, because if you guys remember, it took the United States 18 months under Obama to get to the deal where they were before Trump. Uh, so diplomacy is not like it is a safe track, but it's not a very fast track. And it involves a lot of bureaucracy and hierarchy and messaging from one side to another. So we shouldn't expect a quick fix, but uh, it is a good going. Both the countries seem to be very optimistic from and the President Trump has said, no matter what, we'll get the deal. So it speaks volume to those who are just trying to get to a deal, which means that no matter what, if they have to get to a deal, either either sides have their own um, like red lines, and those red lines, they're going to take time, and this is not going to be the only session. I hope this continues and it gets to a logical conclusion.
We know that both the sides are very stern with their stance. Do we see either side compromising just a little bit to make sure that there is a peace?
Well, both sides have shown compromise, but for the bigger achievement, both the countries have to compromise on bigger things. For example, the enriched uranium that Iran has, and then their stance that they should have the right to have enriched uranium. Now, this is something that both the countries won't back off from. Apart from the enriched uranium part, there is another uh, major bone of contention, which is the opening or reopening of Strait of Hormuz, and who's going to control it. Now, that's also a key part that both the countries have to show some flexibility on, because Iran was not charging anyone, not stopping anyone before this war. Now they have full control over the strait, and they have shown it for good 40 days. And now the U.S. just the U.S. just wants to get to somewhere on these 2 points on the enriched uranium, and that's something that President Trump is under pressure from domestically, because it is a very highly polarized and unpopular war or operation. And he also wants an end to this and get to a settlement. So compromise for both sides, they've already shown, but bigger compromises and bigger heart has to be shown.
Mr. Mujib, there are some major factors that are trying to derail these talks. Of course, we know that who we're talking about. So, with that being said, what measures can you put in place that these talks are not derailed?
Well, I would be clear that Israel, for now, is someone who are not letting this process go ahead how it is planned by both sides, or like even the mediators. They struck Lebanon so hard that they had not in like since the beginning of this war. More than 300 people have been killed in a single day, and more than 100 strikes were made in Lebanon, inside Lebanon, on that day, which means Israel has no respect for any ceasefire. They have shown it in the case of Gaza. They have killed more than 1,000 people, Palestinians, after the so-called ceasefire. So, I mean, it is a huge responsibility lies on the United States' shoulders to stop Israel, because there has to be a red line, and they have crossed so many now. And if the U.S. cannot convince, and that's why we saw two sides of the agreement. First, Lebanon ceasefire was part of the deal. Then, when the same night Israel struck Lebanon, then the United States said no, it wasn't part of the deal. And the Prime Minister of Pakistan, in his initial post, has clearly he had mentioned that Lebanon was part of the deal. So it is not just the mediator's responsibility, but the huge responsibility lies on the big brother of Israel, which is the United States. If the United States can stop Israel from this escalation, the peace talks can go ahead and can succeed. Other than the United States, I don't see any power on earth to convince the Israel to let the peace take its route.